Hey guys, Doc. So today what we're going to do is we are going to work on cleanup. I'm going to talk to you about heavy rains. We're going to do some sweeping of these clippings. We're going to put out some fertilizer. We're going to cut the green. We're going to cut the collar. We're going to cut the fairway. We'll talk a little bit about the garden, a bunch of different stuff. So hold on. So I came out here and I was shooting a video and the sunshine was out and I was saying, man, it's so great to have all this rain over with. I left my video camera out here, I left my lawn sweeper out here, and now we've got some more rain. What's going on? 3 days of rain with some huge downpours. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about coping with this rain. Is it going to damage my lawn? Is it going to impact my treatments that I just put down, Doc? What's going on? All right, so we've had some really big storms move through. We've had gully washers. It's just a mess out here. And of course the sun was out, so I went and got my lawn sweeper and got the camera out, and then I got a text. I went inside. I come out and it's pouring again, just half an hour ago. My camera's soaking wet. This is crazy. So this is supposed to be the last rain, but just 20 minutes ago we had a huge downpour again. And look what I'm dealing with here. Here's what I'm dealing with. And my foot got soaking wet. You can see the clippings that are washing down here. Look at this. Look at all the standing water over here. Look at this. If you listen to me, if you will, especially when it comes to fertilizers, I understand you're worried about your pre-emergent, but I already talked about that in another video. That's why we put it down in the dry periods and then we water it in, so it gets down in the soil so that when this happens, it's in there. But I tell people all the time, light coats every 2 to 3 weeks of fertilizer. And this is why. Light coats, light coat, light coat, light coat. PGF Complete is mild, very fine particles, and you can put it out every 2 to 3 weeks while we're in this growing season. So now the sun's out. Nice breeze. It's almost 80 degrees out here. It's like 76 degrees right now. One thing I did do is I went over to my shed, since my seedlings have been under a grow light for several days. So my seedlings have been in my shed all week. They haven't really got any true sunshine. But let me show you something pretty cool. The front row was grown exactly the same as the back row. Do you know what the difference was? The back row had dirt booster compost added, and then they both grew as seeds. That's the only difference between the front row and the back row. Look at the difference of these things. Is that incredible or what? So you've had a bunch of rain come through your lawn, no matter what time of year it is. Here's a couple of points. Number one, your soil becomes very pliable. Very, very soft and squishy. You can actually shape that soil with your foot. So one of the first rules is keep heavy equipment off your soil. Don't come out here with riding lawnmowers and ride it over. I hate to see that with grass crews. They come out the next day after huge rainstorms and they're riding over it and they're leaving rut marks. So let your soil dry out. If you're going to take a John Deere, if you're going to take a riding lawnmower on it, you've got to let the sun hit that for a good 24 hours and allow the pliability of the soil to stop. Otherwise, you're going to leave rut marks. Pre-emergent. Over the years, we've dealt with this over and over again. As long as you follow what I tell you to do, which is put down your pre-emergents during dry periods and then irrigate them in, water them in, they will get a little bit into the soil. And then when you get these heavy rains, you don't have to worry about them. Now, fertilizer is a little bit different story because fertilizer can move. So that's why I say all the time, rather than dumping down a huge load of fertilizer on your lawn and expecting it to protect you or work for 8 weeks, we come out with PGF Complete, and this is for all lawns, fescue, cool season, warm season. During this growing season, we come out about every 3 weeks and we do a light coat, light coat, light coat. That's the best way it works. plain and simple. We can really push our lawns once our lawns start to green up, and don't push them too early, but that just works so great. So basically, you really don't have, there's nothing you can do really to control it. I wouldn't freak out too much about it, but keep your heavy equipment off the lawn, and again, keep your fertilizer treatments light this time of year and do it more often. So anyways, I'll just shoot some stuff we're doing today. We're doing cleanup, and I'll put it on video. Like I said, Dirt Booster is available. Hit subscribe, and I'm gonna go get working. Okay, so Junior's here. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rakes. He's gonna get rake and rake up the big pile areas. But for all these tiger stripes that are back here, it kind of covers up the Bermuda, and I kind of want to get it just cleaned up a little bit. I'm not trying to get it all up. So I'll put a link to this sweeper. This is a lifesaver sometimes. But basically, I want you to see what happens when I push this. What I want to do is I want to come out here and I want to put down some PGF Complete, but I don't want to put it down on top of all these stupid tiger stripes. Such a good little leg workout. You ain't gonna be working legs today, I can tell you that much. Alright, so now I gotta cut the collar and the fairway over here. Okay, so Junior's sweeping up the whole backyard. I cut the fairway down low. The reason what I'm doing with my fairway is I want to show you guys what the difference of having an overseed. So that's why I'm not trying to kill it anymore. The green is cool season. It's a dwarf bent and blue mix. So 2 months ago, it's way ahead. We put down PGF Balance. Then we put down PGF Complete. And then the other day I came out here 3 days in a row. I hit it with Super Juice and Iron, and it's just looking great. So like I said, I'm going to cut it back down to 1/8 of an inch. I really just want to feel the roll of the green right now and the speed of it. That's good. That's really nice right there. She's smooth. She's rolling really smooth. So I'm a little bit ahead of most people here. We're doing this, I do everything ahead of schedule, but we're putting down another light coat of PGF Complete. So number one, this is the spreader I recommend, mainly because we're going to be using the larger hopper for organic material this year. But this is the PGF Complete. Super fine particle. Everything your lawn needs, all types of lawns. So we're just going to Ryan's just going to spread it and just put out a light coat. That's my straw man. We have got all these tiger stripes raked up. We've got the fairway cut. We've got the green cut. We put down PGF Complete. And now we're back here sort of prepping the vegetable gardens. So we had wheat straw on top of these things for the past couple months. And I'm pulling all that wheat straw off of here because what we're going to do is we're going to do something different this year. We're going to allow sort of weeds and all kinds of stuff just to grow in here naturally. If you didn't watch Gabe's video, you won't understand what I'm talking about. So I'll come back here. We're going to pull all this wheat straw out of here. I'm not going to use wheat straw this year. I think last year I had too many issues with fungus and bugs and everything, and we're just going to let grass and weeds grow in here naturally. We're not going to pull a single weed this year. I'll make up a big pile of the Dirt Booster Super Compost when I'm ready to plant, and we'll mix it in that same day once it's ready. But we've also got boxes over here. So we've got all these vegetable boxes over here. And the other thing I'm going to do that's a little bit different this year, I'm going to do staggered planting. So instead of having all my tomato plants lined up in one box or two boxes, I'm going to stagger it. I'm going to stagger a tomato, then a zucchini, then a squash. And the reason being is because we've had so many issues with just floating fungus and disease from the air. I thought maybe we would just open it up a little bit more. So that'll be interesting to watch. Hit subscribe. So we're going to be planting here next week. Fairway actually looks pretty good. I don't mind it. It'll die off in the summer. Green looks good down there. The grass is waking up. He's hauling all my straw away, and then the vegetable gardens, all these boxes will be ready to plant probably next week. Same thing, we'll plant all these over here too.